On the news, Nigeria police deploy personnel, security equipment ahead of nation's 64th independence anniversary. No going back, October 1 protest organizers insist. And Tinubu swears in Kekere as Chief Justice of Nigeria. Thank you for joining us on News Now on TV 360 Nigeria. I'm Sibisola Atikun. Ahead of the October 1 Independence Day celebration, the FCT Police Command has deployed explosive ordnance disposal personnel, anti-riot equipment and visibility policing, among others. The command also announced the diversion around Central Area and Eagle Square during the celebration. A statement issued by the FCT Police Public Relations Officer SP Josephine Ade says the proactive deployment aimed to ensure that residents enjoy a hitch-free Independence Day celebration, adding that traffic diversions will be implemented in areas expected to experience large crowds, including the Central Area and Eagle Square. Meanwhile, organizers of the October 1 protest against hardship in the country have insisted they will proceed with the showdown despite kicks by the federal government and warnings by the Nigerian police force. According to the organizers, the action will hold across all parts of Nigeria. In Lagos, the protest organizers plan to commence their march at the Ikeja underbridge at 7:30 a.m. In reaction, the state government says the court order, which restricted the #EndBadGovernance protest to Freedom and Peace Parks in the Ojota and Ketu areas of the state, is still binding. Giving further details on the planned action, the national director of the Take It Back movement, Juwon Sonyaolu, says preparations were in top gear, noting that they had no plans to go underground as they had done nothing wrong, despite what he described as the repressive measures by the Tinubu-led administration. Well, let's get reactions to this planned protest on October 1. I'm joined by legal practitioner Justice Ojieno. Thank you for your time, Justice. Now, you were fully on ground during the 10-day #EndBadGovernance protest back in August. And do you think this planned protest slated for October 1 will bring about the desired change, unlike the last one?
Okay, for me, I think that as much as possible, when it comes to protests, generally, what our perception should be about it is the general perception of labor organizations all across the world. It is a luta continua victoria asata. You have to keep pressing. You have to keep asking for what you want. Because if you do not press for it, if you do not ask for it, the persons in power will feel too comfortable and they will not give you what you want. So no matter what, the August protest, it had its effect. This one too, as the organizers are planning, there is also going to be an effect. We just sometimes do not know which one will bring the desired results per time. But the attitude and the posturing of protesters should never, ever be to retreat, especially because there is no law in place in Nigeria that says that persons should no longer protest. But on the contrary, the Constitution, pursuant to sections 39, 40, and 41, actually gives every Nigerian, in fact, not only Nigerians alone, because it's the only right that is restricted to citizens in our Constitution is the right to privacy as contained in section 37. So anybody that finds himself in Nigeria can actually express themselves, associate with other people, and move, which is the three combination that generally displays what the right to protest embodies in Nigeria.
Now, following the #EndBadGovernance protest, the Nigerian government had assured citizens that actions will be taken to address their grievances. Do you believe that the government has taken any action in that regard?
For me, generally, I don't think the government has done anything substantial. But as for whether they have taken any action in that regard, Yesterday, we saw the fact that they said they gave 64 CNG buses to some places in Nigeria. The fraction of that is just so alarming. I don't even know how that made the news. We have 774 local governments. If you even divide it by 10, you need 74. That is one CNG for 10 local governments. So if they are giving 64, it means it's less than a drop in the ocean. So to say they have done anything significant, I don't think so at all. The needle has not moved at all when it comes to what the demands of the protesters are, what the general demands of Nigerians are. If anything, between August and this October 1st now, there has been another increase in the price of petroleum products. And that, again, is directly an affront to the request of the average Nigerian and to the request of the protesters generally, as to the fact that, in fact, their chief request was that the price of the pump price of fuel should go down, but rather, after the last protest, it keeps going up, like the age.
Well, we'll see how events turn out come October 1. Legal expert Justice Ogieno, we appreciate your talking to us. Moving on, Justice Kudirat Kekereekun has taken an oath of office as the 23rd Substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria following her confirmation by the Senate. Kekereekun, who is the second female in the country's history to attain the position, had been functioning in the acting capacity following the retirement of Olukayode Ariwola in August. President Bola Tinubu, who administered the oath on her at the swearing-in ceremony in the council chambers of the Presidential Villa Abuja on Monday, underscored the pivotal role of the judiciary in safeguarding Nigeria's constitutional democracy.
Your rise to this extolled position is a testimony to your dint of hard work and ability to shatter the glass ceilings in a career path dominated by men. This day has also been cemented the judiciary as a self-evolving and progressive institution. And I especially congratulated Nigerian women. Yes, any girl child can dream big and have her dream come true. While we may have reasons to interface as complementing component of the same government, the government under my watch will also be mindful of the clear line demarcating the two of us. We will never interfere or abuse the relationship that exists between us as separate organs of government in our democracy.
The federal government has handed over 64 100-capacity compressed natural gas CNG buses to the Organized Labor and the National Association of Nigerian Students. The 100-capacity buses, which are part of the Presidential CNG Initiative's pilot program, will be distributed across the state and campuses in what the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, called a necessary first step. TV360's Victoria Akonde completes the story.
The rollout comes 6 weeks after President Bola Tinubu launched 30 hybrid-powered compressed natural gas buses donated by the Depots and Petroleum Products Marketers Association of Nigeria amid the removal of petrol subsidy and subsequent increase in petrol price and transportation costs. As a comfort measure, the administration of President Bola Tinubu says the solution lies in gas, targeting to get over 200,000 vehicles and tricycles to run on compressed natural gas as a cheaper source of energy. Speaking during the delivery of the CNG buses, the Nigerian government says Nigerians should expect to save 60% on transportation costs when the initiative goes fully operational.
It's a transition that makes sense for Nigeria at this time and our own contribution to climate change, a transition to cleaner fuel, definitely. But most importantly of all, is a transition to cheaper fuel for Nigerians. And particularly, as we can see, the emphasis is on mass transit. The emphasis is on intervening on the side of workers so that they have cheaper transport that helps them cope with the increased price level generally, which was predicted and which was an inevitable fallout of making the economy better.
Over $175 million worth of investment has gone into this sector already. We expect to see more of that. Nigerians are expected to go in. More and more Nigerians, technicians especially, are being trained. So it's a whole gamut of arrangement that will benefit all spheres of, all sectors of this country. All Nigerians will be felt. This is beginning from those who need the most, the working class. The working class are going to get this. But beyond that, other Nigerians are also going to be the market people. Everyone, artisans, everybody will now feel this impact.
Among other initiatives is about energy competitiveness so that Nigeria will remain energy competitive by providing lower energy to support anything from transportation to industrial activity to irrigation.
While commending the government for the initiative, the organized labor requested more buses to cater for the nation's workforce.
We urge the government to do more. The current number of buses, though appreciated, is not enough to address the logistical challenges we face. Therefore, we encourage the administration to expand this initiative, providing additional resources to ensure that every worker can benefit from this program. On another note, we equally wish to place on record our gratitude for the implementation of the 70,000 Naira national minimum wage. This move is a major step in alleviating the economic burden of Nigerian workers.
I can categorically state that Nigerian students will be very happy in celebrating the 64th anniversary, independence anniversary of this country. We are happy. It's not only the CNG buses. We are very grateful because we believe that the current president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he loves the welfare of Nigerian students and has been committed towards this. One of the greatest achievements he has given to we Nigerian students is the student loan. Today, we can boldly state that no Nigerian citizen, we said he does not have access to higher education.
The Nigerian government says the delivery of the 64 CNG buses is part of moves to commemorate the nation's 64th independence anniversary. It assures that more of these buses will ply all the roads in the country in the days ahead to fulfill the mandate of the Tinubu-led administration in addressing issues of critical concern. Victoria Akonde, TV360 Lagos.
In politics, the All Progressives Grand Alliance APGA has won the September 28 local government elections in Anambra State, clearing all chairmanship and councillorship seats across the 21 local government areas of the state. The chairman of the Anambra State Independent Electoral Commission, ANTIEC, Genevieve Osakwe, announced the results at the commission's office in Oka. While declaring the election as free and fair, Osakwe hailed the people of the state for trooping out en masse to exercise their civic right, while also appreciating security agencies for ensuring peace and orderliness throughout the process. Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Obafemi Hamzat, has praised Nigerian youths for showcasing their talent on the global stage despite the country's challenges. The Deputy Governor made these remarks on Saturday at a National Youth Symposium with the theme Nigeria Guiding the Youth on Path to Self-Reliance held in Lagos to celebrate his 60th birthday. Hamzat highlighted the impressive contributions of Nigerian youths in areas such as science, medicine, music, and technology, noting that their talent export continues to bring pride to the nation. He urged the youth to take advantage of available opportunities to become self-reliant.
Can I say that again? The reason why I'm optimistic is because of our youth. You know, there are many reasons that one can be confident about the future of this country. In what is seen as a very difficult terrain, many of you have been able to explore the possibilities of this land to advance the cause of humanity in significant areas of life. Our music keeps the world singing and dancing. Let me tell you this, and people can try it. Go to any mall outside Nigeria, any mall, Dubai, London, anywhere. You will, as you pass through, you will hear a Nigerian music. Even they don't know what you are singing, they will not sing. So, what are we doing right and that the outsiders are seeing that we don't see in our own land? So, the same thing with our movies. So your creativity as young people has soared to global heights. In science and innovations, you have served notice that Nigeria will not be left behind. Here in Lagos, our youth run many hubs where science and technology initiatives are used to resolve everyday challenges. In my view, your star keeps shining and glowing in the world of sports.
Empower these young minds with the skills that is required today, so that if they jackpot out of this country, they will be gainfully employed anywhere in the world they go. Nigeria will be reaping the dividends. When Nigerians are in the diaspora, earning dollars, earning pounds, and part of it they are remitting home for developmental purposes. So there's nothing wrong in Japa.
We'll take a break here, but still to come, Rwanda limits funeral sizes due to Marburg virus outbreak. Stay with us for details when News Now returns. Welcome back. Let's take you through our major stories. Ahead of the October 1 Independence Day celebration, the FCT Police Command has deployed explosive ordnance disposal personnel, anti-riot equipment and visibility policing, among others. A statement issued by the FCT Police Public Relations Officer, SP Josephine Ade, says the proactive deployment aimed to ensure that residents enjoy a hitch-free Independence Day celebration, adding that traffic diversions will be implemented in areas expected to experience large crowds, including Central Area and Eagle Square. We also informed you that organizers of the October 1 protest against hardship in the country have insisted they will proceed with the showdown. According to the organizers, the action will hold across all parts of Nigeria. Giving further details on the planned action, the national director of the Take It Back movement, Juwon Sonyaolu, says preparations are in top gear, noting that they had no plans to go on the ground as they had done nothing wrong, despite what he described as the repressive measures by the Tinubu-led administration. In case you missed any of our news bulletins, or for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV and AVO TV, or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online. It's time for business news. Joy Uchejim is on standby with the latest. Over to you, Joy.
Thank you, Simi, and welcome to Business News. Now, experts in Nigeria's financial sector have urged banks and fintech companies to collaborate in driving the growth of the real sector, crucial for achieving the ambitious 1 trillion naira GDP target by 2026. The experts made the call at the 2024 annual conference of the Finance Correspondents Association of Nigeria in Lagos, which brought together key stakeholders to discuss the path forward. Now, speaking at the conference, the Managing Director and CEO of NDIC, Bello Hassan, stressed the importance of effectively implementing the recapitalization initiative of Central Bank of Nigeria, while highlighting that strong, well-capitalized banks are vital for supporting the current administration's vision of economic growth.
The initiative aims at establishing a reliable and efficient banking sector that will guarantee the safety of depositors' funds and become a major player in Africa and global financial market as well. The role of a strong and well-capitalized bank in supporting the current administration's bold initiative of growing Nigeria's economy to $1 trillion must be appreciated by the relevant players in the financial sector. The opportunities and potentials for growth of the real sector depend, among others, on the availability and affordability of financing. To achieve the desired level of financing by the real sector, the window offered by banks in partnership with fintechs must be adequately harnessed. Supervisors, on the other hand, must understand the interconnection among the various financial service providers and how their policies and actions can affect the efficiency and optimality of overall financial system.
In Nigeria, there is no doubt that recapitalized banks will increase lending to MSMEs, drive entrepreneurship and job creation, support fintechs through strategic partnerships, thereby improving financial inclusion. Also, recapitalized banks will enhance credit facilities for agriculture, manufacturing, and infrastructure development. The Nigerian currency rate, the Nigerian exchange rate, the Naira, has depreciated by 10.6% every year since 1973. Further to that, available records show that the Naira crashed by 40% between the end of 2023 and June ending 2024.
We'll take a break here and be right back with updates from the stock market. Welcome back. Nigeria's equities market started this week on a positive note, increasing by a meager 0.1% on Monday. Now, this bullish outcome was as a result of major traders such as Africa Prudential, which led the gainers with a 10% share price appreciation, closing at 9 naira 90 kobo, followed by Abe Mortgage Bank, which closed the day's trade at 2 naira 75 kobo. Now, at the end of the first weekday of trading on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, over 586 million shares in 10,583 deals, corresponding to a market value of 7.8 billion naira, were traded. Now, it was quite a lively day on the stock market, but on the global front, the trading outcome was the exact opposite, as all our select foreign equities hit a bearish close due to world shares edging off record highs as strife in the Middle East fueled economic uncertainty. Now, in the foreign exchange market, the naira dipped further on the black market, but rose on the official market, trading with 100 naira difference at 1,700 naira against the US dollar, and that's on the black market. The British pound is valued at 2,280 naira, while the euro stands at 1,880 naira on the black market. Now, that's the business and stock market update. Simi, over to you for the rest of the news.
Thank you very much, Joy. And on the foreign scene, Rwandan authorities have restricted funeral services for victims of Marburg virus in an effort to curb an outbreak of the highly contagious disease. 8 people have died during Rwanda's first outbreak of the virus, which was confirmed on Friday by the nation's health ministry. In new guidelines to halt the spread of Marburg, the health ministry says no more than 50 people should attend the funeral of a person who died from the disease. The public is also expected to avoid close contact with symptomatic individuals. And on sports, the American International University Cairo has emerged the champion of the 11th All-African University Games for the third consecutive time, dominating the medal table with 46 gold, 28 silver and 8 bronze medals, making them the next hosts. Co-host, the Lagos State University LASU, finished second with 28 gold, 30 silver and 26 bronze, while the University of Lagos UNILAG secured third place with 25 gold, 23 silver and 40 bronze medals. Over 60 universities across Africa participated in the games, which came to an end on Sunday, September 29, 2024 in Lagos. Our correspondent Sydney Okafo has details.
The LASU Sport Complex was a beehive of activity as the 11th FASA Games wrapped up. About 834 athletes, consisting of 244 females and 590 males, participated in 17 sporting events. The closing ceremony mirrored the opening at the University of Lagos with a march past by the various schools. In their remarks, the Vice Chancellor of UNILAG and a counterpart from the Lagos State University emphasized on the importance of sports in education, while urging student athletes to remain focused on pursuing excellence in their respective field. They also called for continued support for university sports.
In line with the theme of the Games, we have witnessed extraordinary talents and determination from our student athletes, showcasing the very best of what our continent has to offer. Each competition has not only highlighted individual skills, but has also fostered teamwork, resilience, and respect.
These are proud and laudable achievements for an institution hosting the first international sports competition in the 42 years of existence. When the reports of these games are being written after today, I'm convinced that it will be said that LASU and UNILAG collaborated to host one of the best games so far.
With 46 gold, 28 silver and 8 bronze medals, the American University Cairo Egypt emerged overall champions ahead of co-hosts LASU and UNILAG coming second and third respectively.
I gain a lot actually, because it's, like I said, it's a team effort, it's not an individual effort. So doing that, you understand people more. So trying to understand everybody, it's a team game, so we just play and call ourselves together. We need to win this, let's get this. We're going for gold, we strive for gold and went for gold, and we got the gold.
Being an engineering student and doing, because I don't do one sport, as you can see, I do multiple sports. So combining that with training, it was actually a lot, but you have to do what you have to do. You have to know how you combine, you have to have the balance. And thank God, alhamdulillah, I came out, I did quite well, if I can say myself.
New records were set during the 10-day event, including the hosting by 2 institutions and the first ever usage of video assistant referee in the All-African University Games. The sporting body of the Games commended the collaboration between LASU and UNILAG, naming both institutions patriots of university sport for their efforts to successfully host the competition.
As we depart, let us carry forward the spirit of lasting friendships among athletes and officials, and unity among universities.
They have learned leadership. They have formed cycle of common committee of friends that will eventually benefit them throughout their lifetime. We have cut borders. We have cut languages. We cut all barriers of Africans, and our youths have met today.
The American University of Cairo has officially been named the next host, with the symbolic passing of the Games torch and flag to the institution.
Well, that wraps up our bulletin. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time.